The Dark Knight Rises. We all know that this is the most anticipated and probably the most talked about comic book movie of this year. We also know that in the year 2012, this is going to be the most geekiest comic book film festival of the year because there's a lot of great comic book movies coming out during that year, like, Kick-Ass and The Adventurers and Spider-Man, and now we're working on Dark Knight Rises. Um, excuse me. There's been a lot of controversy with The Dark Knight Rises because, as we all know, this is Christopher Nolan's last film. He's not doing no more Batman films, which is kind of sad, but yet I'm not surprised. And yet, also, too, there's been controversy about the characters that he's using. Some people have complained that Bane is not as bulky as in the comic books, and some say that Catwoman doesn't really look like a cat, and no one understands why she's riding. If you look at some of the images that they shown for Catwoman, she's riding one of Batman's vehicles. There's a lot of confusion going on. I noticed that Anne Hathaway had to come to the defense and say that, fans need to, just relax. It's going to be a great character. Just give her a chance. And, that is true because we don't know. We're all just looking at bits and pieces of the movie. But something, I must say that, for Bane, I do agree that Bane doesn't look big enough. But yet at the same time, I'm not going to truly judge the film until I see the whole trailer for, when they add the effects and add the imagery and make it really what we all want to see as a true trailer. I will say this though, I hope that The Dark Knight Rises will be better than The Dark Knight because I honestly didn't like The Dark Knight and I thought that Batman Begins is a classic. So this seems like Dark Knight Rises seems like it's going to be better than all three because they just came out with the new Batman Batwing, and if you all check it out on like Movie Web, you'll see like basically video clippings of the new vehicle that they want to add into the movie, and it does look really cool. I think that The Dark Knight Rises will be a lot more action-packed than what the last two films, because the last two films have been philosophical and they have been all about Batman's view on the criminality and trying to stop criminals. This film, I think, for The Dark Knight Rises will be probably the most action-packed out of the three. I think that once we see a trailer for me anyway, I want to see a trailer for The Dark Knight Rises. But for the most part, I am excited about some of this because some of this looks very good. I hope that, they don't stick to so much storytelling. Just give it a good action-packed film. I think that Dark Knight Rises needs I hope that this becomes one of the more action-packed films out of all of Nolan's Batman storytellings. Now, a lot of people have been talking about why Nolan is stopping Batman. I think for the most part, ever since his success with Inceptions, he wants to do other projects and explore other movie storytellings. And something, for what it's worth, I'm glad that Nolan did the Batman and he brought Batman back with true dignity and he made Batman the way it ought to be. So regardless of what you think of the stories, of whether you hate or love Batman, there was Batman Begin, then was Dark Knight, and now we got The Dark Knight Rises. But for the most part, I will say that Nolan's version of Batman is without no doubt something that we all needed as comic book fans, because I'm a big comic book fan, and I have to say that I am excited about The Dark Knight Rises because it looks like it's going to be action packed, but I need to see a trailer. I mean a real trailer, not a little 30-second teaser where Commissioner Gordon's in the bed and he's talking and mumble, and then it looks like Batman's going to kick some ass. But something, I feel that we should all be patient. Let's wait and see what happens. And then at the end, if it becomes a really great story, let's give it a chance. I hope that for the most part, when people watch, The Dark Knight Rises' trailer, let's not overly harsh and judge the film. This is still pre-production, and we still got, well, actually, they're really filming. I should say pre-production, but they're filming the movie, and obviously the special effects will be added in, the visual effects will be great. Let's just give Dark Knight Rise a chance. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because a lot of people have a lot of complaints about the film. Some people say that Bane doesn't really look like Bane in the comic book, and Catwoman, she might have been the wrong pick. But something, it's still a movie. Let's give it a chance. Nolan will have the film come out in July, so we got a whole year coming in. So check out the new Batwing. Tell me what you think on movieweb.com, because I would show it to you, but for copyright infringement I can't really post that, because they get pissed off. So for the most part, check it out on the website. Tell me what you think of that imagery. They're starting to post a lot of interesting imagery of The Dark Knight Rises. So it's a little disappointing that Nolan's not doing more of them, but you know what, with a lot more money, who knows, he might come back maybe with some more money. So don't count him out quite yet. So let's see what happens with The Dark Knight Rises. Let's see how that year goes. But for the most part, I am excited about this particular project. I wasn't really crazy about The Dark Knight, but I'm willing to let that go and give this one a chance. So tell me what you think about this new film that's coming out on The Dark Knight Rises. Are you all excited? Do you feel that people are overjudging about Bane and Catwoman? Let me hear your thoughts on it. Also, like I said, check out the new Batwing and tell me what you think. I personally, I love how it looks. I will add a final note. The Batwing, when you check it out, it looks phenomenal. I mean, I think once the visual effects are added, I think Batman might be using that to fight Bane, which would be cool to see, because obviously Batman's not a big character. He's a big character, but Bane is basically like a superhuman strength of a creature. So maybe he'll use that thing to kick some ass. But love to see what they're gonna do with it. So very excited about the Batwing, and I'm very excited that this is going to look like an action-packed film, probably the most action-packed film of the Dark Knight series. But you know what? Tell me what you think of what's happening with Dark Knight Rises. Hit me up, and you take care of yourselves. Peace.